hearing today in the message is that people really thought that they successfully eliminated you, and they're going to be shocked at your comeback. And your comeback is happening right now, I'm hearing. So some of you, you don't even realize it's happening, but you're going to pop out like 10 times better, 10 times stronger. And a lot of you out there, again, you have certain situations where you're growing spiritually. So you just go into hermit, you do your thing, you mind your own business, and people somehow think that they've won by getting you removed. But the truth is that, again, everything you guys go through, you channel it into something better. And of course, we always talk about this, but if you're new here, welcome. You guys are a light in so many people's lives, but unfortunately, that means that you guys are going to get attacked by a lot of people. So there was a lot of people who spiritually attacked you guys so much energetically, it caused you to become stronger. Just like a muscle, when you train your energy to protect itself, you become stronger too. So you've been in situations where you thought that energy was going to destroy you. You thought that evil eye was just going to take you off the map, right? But you came back stronger from that. And now you're at a certain level of awareness and understanding of certain people's energies. Some of you actually dealt with an actual person who was out to get you, but you became stronger and wiser, and you were able to adapt to this person's tactic, the scheme. Some of you guys came out of narcissistic relationships. You were sleeping with the enemy, you know, like you had situations where certain loved ones left you for dead or wanted you taken out, and you realized certain things. You can't trust certain people. And you also, instead of becoming bitter, you became better, and you guys became a hero to the people that needed you. And you decided to separate yourself from the ones that wanted you removed. So that's what I'm hearing today. Not eliminated, only elevated. Facts, facts, facts. Yeah, triggered. You got your enemies triggered, guys, because they thought you really given up, fallen off. But a lot of you are going to start doing your thing again. I think some of you guys, it has to do with posting. Maybe you took a break from posting, and it doesn't mean that you were giving up. It meant you were focusing on other things, family time, trying to escape that evil eye, right? So for those that like post on social media, or you have accounts, or you do some kind of work that involves helping others, like you had people that just hated the fact that you were spreading light, and they just wanted you gone. I can't tell you guys how many times people have tried to take down my Instagram account, and people are like, what are you posting on there? I'm like, nothing, just pictures of myself. Sometimes I post something motivational, but I barely even use it. This is not even like my most used platform, but I don't know. Sometimes people are just triggered by your existence, and you don't even have to be doing anything controversial or offensive. But there's an extra layer out there for some of you guys. Because you're so amazing and talented, people want you to be controversial and offensive to them. They try to pick at you and make up reasons to not like you or to be mad about you. The other day, you guys know, like my subliminal channel, I barely post on it. The other day, my fat burn subliminal got removed because it was offensive or something. I know somebody reported me, but I'm like, it's literally something that I put out there for free to help people. And there's somebody, like, there's always some person that's mad that you're doing well, or that you're successful, or that, you know, if anything, you're helping others. Because I'm like, why do I get attacked so badly when it's like there's other people out there who are way more successful than me? It's because I'm actually giving people the tools to help themselves. And even when I created that subliminal channel, I had so much spiritual attack when I put that up like a couple years back. And again, like there's always going to be a pushback energy. And just because you stop doing things or working on things doesn't mean that you are defeated. It just means that you're called to something else. You place your energy in certain places and you keep moving forward. See, yeah. So yeah, you got people triggered. That's the facts right here. Emotional reactions. It's funny as well. What I'm hearing is that you have an enemy here. And I think for a lot of guys, it could be an ex, or it could be a past friend that, you know, just, I feel like if it was a friend, it was like somebody that was jealous of the type of people you were dating or something. You know, I feel like this is a masculine energy. So if even my masculine energy is out there watching, this could also be like another masculine energy. But this person is so triggered by you because, like, they're even triggered by the fact that some of you guys are low key, like you don't even post at all, but people are checking for you like that. And even in my channeled message that I did, you know, last Thursday about the fact that people are envious of your haters, people are jealous of the fact that people talk about you. So this person was just mad as hell that you just continue to just do you. And again, you guys just naturally just trigger people just by existing. And I feel like that's something that a lot of you guys forget. And like, you're like, why am I so attacked? Like, even when you're doing nothing, you trigger people because you have this energy of like, I don't really care what people think of me. I'm just going to do me. And your enemies are even triggered by the fact that you may even had an error where you didn't show up. Like, I know, like, I'm not like a big Taylor Swift fan, so I don't know a lot about it. But remember how she had an error where she was saying exactly like that? But that's kind of what I'm getting for a lot of guys, like in the spiritual sense, not in like a trying hard sense. But it's like some of you guys just blacked out your energy a little bit. And a lot of this is just like subconscious and it's spiritual. So another reason why people are so shocked that they can't defeat you is because they don't understand the fact that you guys were chosen to do blank, whatever you came here to do, right? No one's going to stop you from doing that. And no matter how hard they try, you are charismatically amazing at something. No matter how much people try to take you off the map, there's something God has placed you here to do that you can do very naturally. I know a lot of you guys may not believe that because that's some of that evil eye coming in to make you guys believe that you're not talented, you're not good enough. But there is something that you guys can do at a very, very high capacity that no one else can do. And you've been put on the planet to do that. And in order for other people to do this gift at the level you guys do it at, they have to put in a lot of time, a lot of energy, but you are naturally really good at something. And that pisses a lot of people off because they thought that if they got you out of practice or they got you to quit or you didn't show up for a while, that just be the end of you. But it's not. You guys could just pop back up and be amazing at not only that, but other things too. Some of you, your gifts are going to be like put into different directions. So you decided to just switch gears, but it doesn't mean that you quit or that you gave up. So yeah, you guys were called in a certain season to give something up in order to go towards something bigger and something grander. Situationship, interesting. Red flags. The other thing I want to say as well is that you guys definitely had situations where you dated people that were jealous of you. For the collective out there, you had a situation where somebody tried to reject you to hurt your feelings because deep down they were an op and they knew that you were better than them and that you could do better than them. And so they tried to actually basically put you in a situationship, like not give you what you wanted on purpose. So that's interesting. I think you blindsided this person because for a lot of you, like this person thought you were going to come back crying or you were going to just cave in or whatever manipulation tactics this person's used to doing works on people. They really thought they got you good and then you just popped out like with someone new or you basically just moved on with your life. Like there's somebody who is literally shook and triggered by you guys because they thought that they broke your heart or hurt you. And that usually works on people because that's why people hurt other people, because if they feel like they're not good enough for you, they can leave a scar on your heart. And when people are unhealed, they go back to that person to get that validation. Somebody hurt you and you never came back for validation. You're like, why would you treat me like this? I'm better than this. And you moved on. And now this person is mad as hell because you were not falling for their red flags. You didn't even care to really stick around to see if you could earn their love or whatever. Like people have tried to make you guys be triangulated with other people or just other BS, and you guys just weren't having it basically. So that's funny as well. And yeah, that person could have been an enemy, even though you guys may have liked them or had a romantic connection with them. They tried to make you compete with other people, or they try to put you down, or they even try to make a fool out of you, or tell everybody how into you they basically probably tried to tell people that you were into them and that they weren't into you and all this stuff. And you were like, okay, bet. And you were just out of there, right? And then all of a sudden, this person just keeps checking for you, asking around, asking if people have seen you. So there's someone from your past here that rejected you, but actually they're hurt over the fact that you've just popped out with somebody better. You know what song I'm hearing? With Avril Lavigne, it's such a silly song, but she says Skater Boy, he wasn't good enough for her. You know how the song, the girl didn't like the guy and then she liked the skater boy and then it's so silly, but you guys get the gist of that. It's kind of like that. It's like, okay, well, she found somebody else and the guy ended up being a superstar and now he's got Avril Lavigne as his girlfriend and the girl that rejected him's in the crowd oh no, that's the energy it's given off. Your enemies can't help but to watch you become successful in front of their eyes or find something way better than them. And deep down, they always knew that you were greater and grander than some of the BS that they were putting you through. And I know a lot of you guys realize you were low-key sleeping with the enemy. But that's okay, because you guys got your lick back. And you know what else I'm hearing too? You blindsided your enemies by, you know what song I'm hearing? This Nicki Minaj where she says, I don't know if I say this, but basically you got with the old body, not the new body. That's kind of what I'm hearing. So some of you guys, it's you became a new person spiritually, mentally, emotionally, but some of you will look better. You glow up since the situation. So it's you don't even really know who this person is anymore. I'm how do I say that? By not being inappropriate. But you guys get what I mean here. All right, let it go. Yeah. You blindsided people by just letting stuff go. You had so many situations where people tried to make you their enemy. And you were like, I don't even know who that person is, or I don't even care about you that much like that. Okay, you don't like me, then just move along. I'm not going to go back and forth with you, right? So that's it. You guys decided, I'm just going to let this go. And that's how you blindside your enemies, because you have this energy where you are high vibrational and it's holding on to things like this toxicity, these toxic people. That's not good for your energy. It's not good for your vibe, right? So that's kind of the thing that shocks people because you don't operate in that low vibrational energy. Oh, there's another thing as well that I'm hearing for a collective too as well. you blindsided people because there's probably people out there who tried to say, like, this is for certain people out there who post that you Photoshop or that like you don't really look like that in person or something like that. And then some of you guys popped out and like, or people saw you somewhere and they realized that you were like even more good looking in person. Like your haters and your enemies try to paint a narrative about you that just simply isn't true. And yeah, and I feel as well like you guys are really good at calling out when people are fake AF because I do feel like again, a lot of your enemies have tried to smile to your face and you blindsided them by being like, "Yo, like I know like you're not cool with me. Like stop smiling at me like that." Like some of you guys like you don't even care to even politics, you know what I mean? Like you don't even care to pretend that you like certain people. Like that's kind of what I'm seeing. Like I feel like there's a situation where people were like trying to be fake towards you guys and you blindsided these people because you just kind of just gave them a dirty look like I know what you've been saying about me. And again, some of you don't need evidence. Like you have this gift of discernment. Like you just know what's up with certain people. Yeah, I hear a lot of you guys out there. You look better in person. Like people try to criticize you, say stuff about you. And a lot of the reasons why you guys look better in person is your energy, your vibration, your light. Like people literally like take you in when they see you on red. Oh my gosh, this is so silly. Like I'm like your enemies, and that's like these people think they're your enemies, but in reality, you guys just are just doing you. But there's also just people that again, you guys just kind of know when people are off and like their energy is weird. So you guys have been leaving a lot of people on red lately. That's what I'm hearing. And it's shocked and triggered a lot of people because they're like, oh, you used to be cool with me. But there was something about this transformation you guys went through. And I always say this whenever you guys go through your transformation where you're so tired and drained, you end up eliminating the people in your life that drain you more because you don't have the energy to even go back and forth with certain people. So you just realize subconsciously or maybe consciously who your enemies were. And I do feel like there's certain people who try to trigger you or say certain things and you end up just blocking them or leaving them on red. And that's really what makes a lot of people shook. And again, it kind of just blindsides them because maybe in the past you were friendly or kept things cordial with certain people, but this new you doesn't have time for that. Like you guys leveled up to the point where it's just, you're not even with the BS anymore. Never really was with the BS though, but if people don't like us, they definitely should not be watching us. Facts, Tasha, facts, but the enemies can't look away because guess what? You are what they steal from. You're their source of inspiration, your energy, your vibration. They're just obsessed with everything that you are. So of course, they're going to keep stalking and they're going to keep watching. Like that's never made any sense to me. I never understood not liking somebody and focusing on them because me personally, when I don't like somebody, I don't look at them. I forget about them. I move on my life. Don't really like that. Move on my life, right? But you got certain people here who are just obsessed with everything you are because it triggers them. And they, instead of doing inner work and realizing, why am I triggered by this person? They're making you an enemy. So there are certain people I'm hearing that they are delusional. So they thought whatever they throw at you, whatever magic they did or whatever like physically they did towards you, they thought it worked for a second because of certain ways that you guys were moving. But in reality, it has nothing to do with you. Like, I was bowling the other day and this song came on that I'm thinking about right now where she says like, is this she? I don't even know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but she says, you're so vain. You probably think the song is about you. Like your enemies are so vain that they think that everything is about them when it's not. Like you guys, I'm saying enemies, haters for lack of better term, because to you guys, like they're really nobodies and you want them to be more nobodies. The only way they could be relevant in your life is to be a villain in your life or to get you mad or to throw you off or to throw energy at you. So that's why I feel like a lot of you guys forgotten about these people, exes, past lovers, past friends, people you never really met. If you're on the internet, people that saw you once or twice and thought you were out to get them, right? A lot of people are just mentally unwell. And you guys are learning because of all the stuff thrown at you to basically transmute that energy, turn into something productive and become a new version of yourself. Red flags came up again. People are always so blindsided by the fact that you guys can recognize red flags so easily. But number one, you have discernment, and number two, you're not dumb. Like my collective out here. I don't know if a lot of you guys know numerology, but I'm a life path 7. I love learning. So even through my channeling, I try to teach you guys things, and you guys are always teaching me things in the comment stuff as well. Like you guys like learning. You guys have fast brains too, so you guys understand. Like just like you learn from these experiences. When somebody puts you down, you get back up, and you're smarter now. You don't give up, right? You're like, okay, well, I'm going to avoid someone like that in the future. So one person trying to take you down made you realize you have to avoid a bunch of people like that. Like they made you smarter and wiser because you don't see things being thrown at you as a reason to give up. You just see it as something that you could use to level up. And even sometimes it could be not conscious, but you guys, it's just not in you to give up. You have faith, you have this vibe, you have this energy, you have these gifts that you know you're here to do something good on this planet, and you don't need people's validation in order to do that. Yeah, that's something I'm hearing as well, because you definitely do have like past people who try to pull away from you guys in order to get reactions from you. Or you've had people that try to up and break up with you or leave you or try to leave you for dead or try to attack you because that was their only way of regaining control in the situation over you, but it didn't work. You may have cried your eyes out. You may have really been down and out for a little bit, but you guys popped back up. Some of you guys, you come back so quick and easily, it's got people shook. Some of you guys, you don't really like having anybody see you down and out. So I get that. So you could be crying every single night, but they don't know that you're sad. And then you guys maybe learned how to put a good face on despite the things going on around you. Like, again, whatever situations you've gone through, you guys learn how to work through it and turn it into something successful. And yeah, that's always going to blindside your enemies and your haters. And not only that, these people don't understand actually being chosen to do something. They don't understand what that means because they just think that they could just take your life, destiny swap you. They think they could just throw stuff at you and not get consequences of that. They think that they could just try to steal your gifts or your life, and that's just going to go over well. But as long as you guys keep going, you're living your purpose. That's one thing you have to understand. Sometimes like things can get a little bit fuzzy or weird, like in this reality we live in, but that's what you really need to know. As long as you keep going, and that's why you're going to be confused sometimes, but people's focus on taking you out or attacking you or competing with you, because their mission deep down is to take you out because they're lost in the sauce and they're being governed by the wrong energies and they're serving the wrong purposes. That's not for them. They're lost, but you guys are here to do what God put you here to do. And you're always going to have opposition when you're putting light into this world. And that's just something I like to always state to you guys, because they're always going to be blindsided that you have these powers and these gifts that are truly anointed to you. And another thing I want to say too as well is that, again, if these people truly believed in that, then they wouldn't be living the life that they're living and doing what they're doing. They think they got to lie, cheat, steal, manipulate to succeed in life. But that's not you guys. That's not the collective. If you had to do those things, it's because someone put you in a position and you had to get out of there, right? Like, it's like if you guys had to turn into something low vibrational for a moment or adapt or evolve or become something powerful, it was because you were backed into a corner and you had to survive, and you learned how to survive dark energies, but you don't need to stay in it. That's what I'm hearing. Like, a lot of you guys were thrown in dark environments. You had to learn how to adapt to it and you had to learn how to survive it, but it doesn't mean you need to live there or stay there. But you know what to do when someone dark comes into your life now or throws something at you. Narcissistic people, low vibrational people. You guys get the idea there. You love evenings? Yeah, I'm a little later than usual today, but I wanted to pop in. I'm trying to be consistent with Monday nights because now you guys can look forward to that every single week. I feel like I'll start the week right to do a live show for you all. Okay. You guys are about to receive a lot of recognition for whatever it is that you're doing. Again, like I said before, your enemies, their goal is not to do anything but have you quit, right? So it's like you guys are always going to come back and keep spreading light because that's who you are. That's who you are, and that's what you're here to do. So continue doing you. I really feel like if you guys haven't really made your comeback yet, you're going to enter your comeback season. Or some of you know you shelved something that you were good at for a later date because of the energies and the timing was not right. But you're going to come back stronger with this idea, with this situation, and you're going to kill it because you're going to take everything you've learned from that past season and put it into the new season. And for some of you as well, you stop going certain places and doing certain things because God calls you in a certain direction. It doesn't mean that anybody's scared or intimidated you out of anything that you wanted to do. And another thing as well, some of you guys are really talented at something, but in order to be super successful at it, you needed a rest season to invest in other aspects of your life. And some of you, the resting was needed in order for you to heal. Like some of you guys are athletes, right? You needed to like heal like a certain muscle in your body or something like that, or energetically, even spiritually speaking. Like I said before, like you protecting yourself energetically is a muscle. You guys have burnt yourself out being what you are. So resting is part of your journey. And don't let anybody think that, well, you have no control over what people think, but don't think that it's okay. Like, don't even worry what everyone else is thinking. But what I'm hearing is that like there is some people who think that they successfully just took you out because it was them, and like, or you can't make it without them. Some of you guys have exes, friends, past lovers. You quit something because you just didn't feel like it anymore. You didn't feel up for it anymore, or you got sick, or certain things happened, or you had to attend to other things, or you had other projects that took off. So whatever, right? But every environment you guys go into, there are people fiercely competing with you because of the energy you embody. So you have to kind of pick and choose where you want your presence, what energies kind of give back to you and what situations give back to you. Friend groups, doesn't matter. Recreational activities. Everywhere you go, it seems to be you guys have a hater, right? And I'm not saying that to be paranoid, because I know a lot of guys out there, no paranoid people who think they have haters, but they're just confused. But for a lot of guys out there, you're really mind your own business and you can feel the off vibes of certain people. But yeah, you got people here who truly think that they've won, but you're just getting started here. And that's another thing as well. You guys may have been called to be low key a lot of your life to protect yourself, but when the timing is right, God is putting you on the stage you guys are meant to be on. And for some of you, you are already doing that, but you're entering a new level. And some of you, you're really about to become very successful at whatever you're working on and putting out there. And again, if some of you guys are in that stage where you haven't quite came back yet, you're still healing mentally, emotionally, physically, whatever, you're being put in hermit, just know it's because you're going to make it out 10 times stronger. People get annoyed when you mind your own business. Yeah, that's another one of your guys' superpowers. Like, you physically can't handle other people's toxicity, but they get annoyed at the fact that you have to shy away from them. Like, people think that you think you're too good for them, but in reality, your energy is too pure for theirs when they're throwing negativity at you. But yeah, a lot of you just get called into hermit a lot, and it makes people think that they successfully kind of took you out of the game, but you're unbreakable. That's another thing that people are realizing about you guys. Okay, you're unbreakable. Even in the rain, even in the storm, you guys always come out on top. And because of these people's BS, you just became something far greater than you even imagined. And yes, throughout whatever you went through recently, last couple of years, months, depends on you guys' situation and who's watching, but the message remains the same. Whatever you guys have gone through has made you stronger. Even if you felt like you weren't going to make it out alive, or at certain points, like you were dying, right? This rebirth was necessary to bring you guys into your true power, your true calling. And it definitely shed a lot of things that were holding you guys back too as well. Because again, some of these situations also caused you guys to be humble as well and have to work through things that you never thought you had to work through that were thrown at you, whether it was spiritually or through other people. But you guys made it through. And I do feel like, again, a lot of you guys may not even realize that certain people were throwing you so many energies and stuff. Another thing I want to say too, for the collective, when you guys enter this new level of success, just watch out for people that want to get around you because you're even more successful now, because you're going to remember, like, in your seasons of drought, like, who was really there to support you. And I also believe that God put some of you guys out there in a season of lack and a lack of abundance to show you the truth of certain people that were around you. And not only that, to hold you back from your blessings, because there was going to be people that would have taken advantage of all the great things that was going to come in for you. So you guys are being set up in the right space, right position, right people, right circumstance in order to achieve the blessings that God has planned for you. And at the time period, it may feel like, why is this happening to me? Like, it may feel like, well, I'm working so hard and I'm not seeing it, but again, God, your angels always see the big picture. So trust the process. A lot of you guys are praying for the best possible outcome, and that's what you're going to get. The black sheep is now the goat. I like that. Facts, though. I mean, you guys are so used to being black sheep because not only that, you always had gifts, and you always had, number one, the ability to see things others couldn't, the honesty to call things out, and the inability to want to just blend into society and just go along with other people are doing. It's like, yeah, you guys will do your part. That's another thing that blindsides people, because a lot of you have this ability to efficiently still go into the world and achieve things, even being what you are. But again, it could be 10 times harder for a lot of you guys with your gifts, with your sensitivity. So that makes you 10 times stronger, that you dealt with such low vibrational situations and still came out on top with your gifts. And I feel like some of you guys were in jobs or relationships. You're like, how did I end up here? Like, this is so not me, but all that transformed you into the person that you're meant to be. It's been a rough year. I haven't seen much result. And I feel like a lot of people are feeling that way, even like the last couple years. But I do feel for collective, you guys are going to come out. You're going to come out on top, okay? Payday, as I say that, payday. I feel that you guys are really going to see the fruits of your labor. And here's another thing too. I think some of you guys already started to, but you're keeping it to yourself. A lot of you guys rather have your haters and your enemies thinking you're failing because you don't need any more of this evil eye. Like, you don't really care if people think of you, right? But at the same time, they're just wishing that on you. When in reality, you guys can have your worst day of your life and they still envy your position. And I like to talk to you guys about this too, because that is why a lot of your friends ended up being enemies or family members or whatever, right? Relationships. It's because even on your worst days, people envy your position. They see the way people take to you. They see how naturally talented you are. They see the way that you glow, the way that you shine. Like, your energy just irritates the hell out of people. So again, like it's just that no matter how hard you try, you can't escape your destiny. And part of that hero's journey I was seeing, part of the your journey, here to help others, right? There's going to be a part in your journey where you just can't turn back, right? You are what you are, you have your gifts, you are light in this world, and you've been chosen for something better, something grander, that people wish they could be in your shoes. Couldn't handle it, but yeah, people wish they could be in your shoes. And that's what you guys need to realize, why certain energies are trying to take you out, because you do have the power and the gifts and the abilities to get through anything, to get through any storm, any tough time. And if you are at a low right now or feeling very frustrated, it's pushing you towards the right people, the right circumstances. And that's exactly what I am channeling in on today. Okay. So let's see what else. The main message here is kind of magical. Like it truly is that you're going to have some jaws dropping when you guys pop out and do what you came here to do 10 times stronger. It could be already happening for some of you. Depends on where you're at in the timeline. But I definitely feel like from now, between the end of the year, a lot of you guys are planning your comeback. Some of you guys have a plan here. Some of you guys are just going to be natural. You're going to feel ready to pop out again. Some of you guys, it's happening right now and the results are coming by the end of the year or tomorrow, right? Like it doesn't matter. Everyone's different, but just know good things are coming and this is your time to shine. It's go time. Hell yeah. Another thing as well that has happened to you guys is that you've gained this natural ability to push people energetically out of your life. So a lot of you may notice that people are bothering you less people are just like trying to get in your spaces. And I feel like that came from a period of a lot of people pushing your boundaries, pushing your patience. You guys leveled up and just became somebody that can almost magically just push people out of your life energetically. I feel like some of you guys may have struggled with that. You had like people that were like roaches, like they just wouldn't go away, or like leeches or whatever, mosquitoes, whatever, right? Because we're not giving them that much power, but it's like they just wouldn't go away. But all of a sudden, like you just raise your hand and the people are silenced, like they're disappearing, they're scared, they're shook. Your energy is so much stronger now because of what certain people have thrown at you. And I feel spiritual warfare, enemies, exes, just anybody that you feel like has tried to actually destroy you in the process of you guys becoming who you're meant to be. Some of it may not be intentional, but sometimes we go through heartbreaks or endings that are just part of our journey. But again, like whatever happened to you guys is making you stronger. You guys are headed towards a happy season. I see you saying you need a happy season. That's what I'm here to tell you guys, because it's about how you guys could even be in a happy season or headed towards one. And sometimes you can't even feel happy or excited about it because you get all this energetic attack, or you get these people that kind of throw you off your game. Like a lot of you, your life is blessed, but you got so much opposition that it's hard to see that. So you're trying to, drown out that noise, level up, and make it so you're so high vibrational that you're not even seeing this shit anymore. And of course, there's always going to be people that get under your skin, but you guys are growing so much that even you're healing from your own natural triggers, so that certain people used to know how to get under your skin, and now you got them shook because they lack that ability now to get under your skin because you learned how to heal yourself. And that's another reason why a lot of you guys got past people shook. There used to be an ex or a past friend in your life or certain people or family members that knew how to trigger you, and they can't anymore. And that blindsided them because you guys are truly realizing your calling and your worth, and you're realizing that you are chosen for something, and no one's going to mess with that, right? Like you're putting your purpose first, and the people that get it, and the people that don't just won't. As long as ADHD people can focus, we're unbeatable. Facts. Yeah. Yeah. I have an ADD brain too, but when I'm locked in, I'm locked in. ADD people have a superhuman ability to super focus. That's another thing too. I like to say you're also super creative, and ADD people just naturally block out things that don't interest them, right? So I kind of feel like, again, if you do have some of these things that people say, are like a disability of some kind, right? They're actually things that could make you superhuman when you learn how to adapt to them. And that's facts, And again, some of you guys are learning how to treat whatever it is that you were born with, that you struggle with, in the healthiest way for you. I'm not a doctor here, but what I'm saying is that your disability is actually your superpower because it gives you an ability. And I also feel that about myself because I'm hypersensitive, so I get overstimulated very easily. But that makes me super sensitive to environments and people. And when the vibes are off, sometimes I get physically ill. And I used to think there's something wrong with me, like, oh, anxiety, like I'm stressed out. But I realize I'm like, no, I'm not always like this. I'm just around the wrong people, right? Or this is not the right situation for me. Like you begin to love the aspects of yourself that you used to hate, because those things are the things that are saving you. And those are the things that blindside your enemies, because you have these super sensors or these abilities to see things others don't, or to focus on things that actually matter and not conform to society, right? Like, so again, this could be anything that you guys would relate to, something you struggle with. Like, it's actually your way of defending yourself against things that you're not really meant to consume or hear. Like, a lot of you, maybe you just wanted to learn your own thing in school. Like, you want to self-teach yourself. I was big on just self-teaching myself. Like, I brought my spiritual books to school. Like, again, I'm not condoning. If you guys are going to go to school or college, like, I love education, but I'm just saying, like, some of you, it's like certain things you felt like you were forced to be or learn, like they weren't part of your purpose. So you weren't really too interested in that. And you got diagnosed with things because the things didn't interest you, right? Or you got in trouble for being interested in things that ended up making you popular, even famous one day, right? Like, if I said to my school teachers, "Oh, I'm going to be a spiritual YouTuber," I don't like, they probably think I was crazy. I didn't even really know that either, but I know I always wanted to just do my own thing. And I feel a lot of you too, like, who took a more traditional path in life. This is not to write off what you're doing either, because there's a lot of you guys out there who work like very real professional jobs, and you have your spiritual gifts too, which makes you superhuman, and it actually makes you able to outsmart your enemies by not even trying to outsmart them, just by doing you and following your path and your powers, right? Your superpowers, but you really do have them. But there are going to be things that people criticize about you. Like, for me, for example, again, like how fast I talk or how ADD I am, or people always like, "What, did you have a Red Bull before you got started?" No, I'm passionate. I'm passionate about this. Sometimes, yeah, because I'm drained, I need it. But again, like, no, I'm always been a fast talker. And that's when I'm really like, and I also feel like that's my ability to get that message out quick and fast and all that fast information, right? And you can always slow down the video if you need to. Just an example. Sometimes you guys got bullied for the things that you actually were meant to do. Like, maybe there was something unique about the way you spoke, or you were interested in weird things, you know? If I listened to other people, I would never find a collective of people that related to the things that I've gone through, right? And that's the first reason why I made my first channel. All righty. Let's see what else we have here. New creative ideas, new ventures, and a fresh start. You're definitely headed towards a new beginning here. Close one door to open another. I cannot help but emphasize the death and rebirth that has gone on here in their collective. So, like, you were really forced to have doors be closed in your face, have to give up on certain things, get too tired and worn out, be defeated in certain battles to win the war, right? And really unlock what you came here to do. And some of you, it was that you were being pushed, or you were moving in the wrong direction. So you had to be forced to close a door to truly go through the door you're meant to. And this is truly just part of your journey. I don't care how young or old you are, there's certain cycles of these journeys too, and I think a lot of you guys are beginning a new journey, but you're also in the part of the journey where you have to kind of become this new version of yourself, which is very uncomfortable, but it has to be done. And another thing as well, I think that your life's going to get exciting. You're going to start seeing the magic in everyday life. People are starting to see the magic you guys embody. And I always say this too, your haters and your enemies are your biggest fans, because they see the way you light up the room. They see how magical you are. They see how talented you are before you see it within yourself. That's why you're like, why is this person hating on me? Like I'm a nobody. Like, I'm just minding my business. Like, like, really? They're jealous of me? Like, you guys don't even, like, they see you before you even see yourself. And that's why you should be almost thanking them, because you're like, okay, if somebody hates me that much and they're kind of popping, then what does that make me? Like, I think they have a lot of great stuff going on for them, but why do they hate me so much? Wow, maybe I am meant to do something bigger with my life, and they see it and I don't, right? That's kind of the energy there, because it's like, why would they waste their time being focused on you if you weren't a threat, or if there wasn't something about you that triggered them? Maybe there was something dark about them, and you were the first one to pick up on it, right? And they didn't like that. There are certain ways that we can spin that, but don't matter. I get a massive headache whenever I go to certain places. Me too. I get headaches sometimes when I get a lot of negative energy thrown at me. And it's usually in time periods where, like, either like somebody is messing with my energy, like someone's going to start arguing with me, or sometimes like if something I post like gets a lot of views. And of course, whenever you get a lot of views on anything, sometimes it's not always good views. Sometimes it's people saying negative things or mean things, right? So more attention equals more negativity. That's just how it is too. So that's why a lot of you guys may shy away from the spotlight, because you kind of know what it entails. But there's also a lot of people out there that you can help by doing your thing and being you. But a lot of you guys, you felt that aversion of being in the wrong environment, so you could find the right one. And like over here in my collective, most of you guys are super nice to me. So I like hanging out over here. I found my space where I can go live. Like, most of my time on YouTube, I never even showed my face until like the last year or so on this channel. So, if you had me on Instagram, you knew what I looked like, but it took me a little bit just to be comfortable on that level. And you guys created that environment for me. And that's what I'm telling you guys, like you'll find your place, but you also got to put yourself out there and try and go through that uncomfortability, because sometimes that uncomfortability is also you succeeding and finding where you're meant to be. Yeah, you guys just have some haters here, and there's certain people who wish they can kind of turn around and just like be like your friend now because they see your comeback, and it was like one of these energies of like, oh, if I can't beat him, I'll join him. But a lot of people know that you're just not cool with them after what they did. Like your spirit and your soul just knows whenever they come around, like something is bad news about them, and the amount of energy and negativity they threw at you. Why the hell would they think that you would want to be friends with them? You know. But for some of you guys, you may be surprised. A lot of people that come through and realize, like, hey, I was wrong about you. But I think a lot of you guys are just not with it. I'm being immature. Someone is madly in love with you. You inspire them to level up. Okay. Well, in the meantime, you got a lot of people who love you. Let's focus on that. There's just a lot of people that you guys are avoiding right now. I see that. And that's your discernment for sure, because you just don't really want people talking about you and what you're up to. I think through this transformation, you guys went through a high level of sensitivity to really remove anybody who was not going to be in favor of this new version of you, or in support of the success you're about to go in, or want to take advantage of the success, or just not willing to level up alongside you. I always tell you guys this too. Like, you need people who are going to help spiritually protect you. The more you level up and the more intense you get on your journey. Comparison is a thief of joy. God is preparing your destiny with extra care and attention. Okay, so that's the last message I want to leave you guys with. Again, some of you guys feel like not to be dramatic, but like failures, or like you're not doing a good job. But in reality, you're just at that part of the journey where a lot of things had to go from your life in order to really step into your power. And you're really about to enter a season of success. And not only that, God is preparing your destiny with proper timing. God is not giving you everything you think that you want. He's giving you what you need, right? And so that's exactly what you need to hear. Regardless of what you guys believe, the universe, angels, whatever, they have your back, right? Because you prayed for that protection. So some of you guys, you knew, like when you were younger, you thought you wanted something and you're glad it didn't work out. How many times you had a relationship or a job situation that you really thought you wanted, and you learned real quick, like that was a blessing in disguise. And like a lot of you, it's like when those people up and leave you, it's because they can't handle your energy and you're being protected from them. So don't chase anything that is being pushed out of your life right now. This is a sign that you're at a big level up, and you're going to be surrounded with the right people, the right environment in order to do that. And in the meantime, you got these people from your past, these enemies, these haters shook that you're not giving up, and you look stronger, you're acting stronger, and they can sense that your comeback is going to be one for the books. Okay. So I hope that you guys like that message. Stay blessed. Okay. I saw somebody say stay blessed. All of you stay blessed. And I think this transformation is really going to surprise a lot of people. Okay. And I think in the meantime, celebrate how far you guys come. Okay. Because in the spiritual sense, you are one of the strongest. Okay. And don't let anybody make you feel weak or strange, because you're adjusting to this new version of yourself, and you're going through a spiritual transformation where people won't understand, right? When you have gifts, like people are not going to get all away like what you go through, but you still have to show up in society every single day. Thanks, Alice. Thank you, Alicia. I appreciate that. Divine timing plays a big role in your life. And some of you guys are waiting for like a side hustle to take off too. And I see that happening for some people in the collective. And yeah, I can't tell you guys how many like people up and left your life or even rejected you romantically because they just did not feel good enough for you. I keep seeing that. Like certain people really want to make you guys feel like you weren't good enough, when in reality, you're doing a lot of great things and you have a lot of admirers here. You're destined for that. Focus on the positives and distance yourself from toxicity. I know it could be hard sometimes, but you guys are being called to still just focus on the positive stuff, because I do sense for the collective the last couple weeks or even months or even years or two has been a whole lot of spiritual attack, but you guys are getting stronger and you know how to level up. And I always say this too, surround yourself with the right people. Remove the people from your life that are opening those doors to those darkness to come into your life quicker and faster, or that darkness, right? Or whatever it is. Because again, energy speaks for itself. Not everybody's going to say to your face how they truly feel about you, which is like you're an op, and you can tell when someone's truly a teammate versus when someone's working against you. And unfortunately, you guys trigger a lot of people to want to compete with you and not want to team up with you because ego, right? They try to dim my light because my shine intimidates them. Exactly, exactly. You're doing a good job, okay? That's also what your angels want you guys to know. And there's definitely a vibe of like slow and steady wins the race because of all of the energetic attacks you guys experience. You really have to be very protected as you go through your journey and learn like just like learn the truth about who you are and not let anybody get into your head. Because again, I always say this as well. When people can't get to you, like they'll try to get to you mentally, whether it's to say stuff about you or mean stuff about you or energetically, right? To convince you to give up or quit or that you're not doing a good job. But yeah, the last thing I want to say about this is that, yeah, you basically have people shook about your abilities, your magical powers, okay? Like your ability to come back. And, you guys are starting your comeback season right now. And if you feel like you still need time or you're preparing something big, like your comeback is going to be very successful, okay? I think that it depends on the person watching here. But I feel like even if there's certain things that you pushed off, you have to do them later. There's certain things that you're working on right now that's going to bring you a lot of success because again, I think a lot of you guys have your hands in a lot of different baskets. You have a lot of things you came here to do. You got family you care about. You got friends you care about. You got pets. You got kids. You got, relationships. You got also talents, artistic gifts, spiritual gifts. Big things you're working on here. And you got a lot of people trying to tire you out. And you guys are just not going to let that happen, okay? I think God isolates the chosen ones, so we hear him. Yes, I feel that too as well. So a lot of you guys were brought into seasons of isolation to order to really like figure out what it is that you really needed. And some of you guys, it truly just was to rest and get away from certain people. There was nothing you were really doing wrong. It was just you were being protected. And that's one thing that you have to understand. You blindside people just by existing. Okay. That's why you sometimes need to lay low because there are certain seasons where God is just placing together the right people, the right time, the right place. And you just need to sit back and chill and let him figure it out and not try to control everything. I know we have a tendency to do that as human beings, but you really got to trust that everything's going to work out the right way possible. And I think that's a lot of you guys looking back. Like that was a lot of the journey you guys have been going through. There really wasn't anything else you could do besides wait for the right situation to come through and keep showing up in the things you felt called to do. And if you stop losing the energy to go to do certain things, that was definitely a spiritual lesson I'm hearing, So there's a lesson in everything. All right, guys, I'm gonna head off. You guys got me. I'm continuing to yap because you guys keep saying interesting things, and I keep wanting to talk about that. But sometimes you don't like the way. Yeah, sometimes we don't like. I always feel like it's kind of like having like strict parents, like being spiritual, almost like it's like the universe, God, your angels are like, no, no, no. And you just got to kind of be like, dang, well, why can't you help me out here? Because they know that if you could figure shit out in yourself, like they know that the best way is to go through it. Certain experiences you guys needed to have in order to become the powerful person that you're meant to be. Of course, we're not going to like the process, but it's kind of like, when you're raising a kid, like the kid will cry, but if you don't discipline the child, it's going to be spoiled and not appreciate things and stuff like that. Us humans can be like that too. Like sometimes we really don't know what's right for us until we go through that process of just like understanding the value of certain things. And the process that you guys were going through was understanding the value of yourself and your own gifts and your own powers. And how would you know how strong you were if you weren't forced into this transformation by these enemies, by these ops, by these villains, by these energies? Like you guys learned what you were made of because of the season you went through. And your transformation, you may not feel like is that transformation because of what you've experienced, but in reality, that's exactly what it is, even if it was a mental struggle and not a physical one, right? So that's the message I have for you guys. I'm heading off tonight. Okay. Have a good night, guys, and I'll see you guys next Monday. Hopefully I'll start a little sooner. But I'll leave the video up if you guys want to watch it back. And I'll see you guys all next week. And I'll be posting my regular video too as well this week. So stay tuned for that. All right. Bye, guys.